Who are you? An older man in dusty traveling clothes waves at you. His face is tanned, but his grey eyes are bright.
Ah, Commander. Aren't you the Commander? Well met. My name is Lathemius the Antiquarian. I study ancient relics. Perhaps you've heard of me. Though, if you haven't, it doesn't matter.
An antiquarian? Do you sell anything? Lathemius shrugs.
Alas, I don't. They call me the Antiquarian because of my love for ancient items that might otherwise seem mundane and useless. Few understand the principles of archaeology. Sometimes even a shard from an old oil lamp is enough to shine a light on the darkness of history.
What exactly do you want of me?
I'm planning a rather dangerous expedition, and I will need the help of a strong, skilled warrior. Not without recompense, of course. I found an ancient map leading to a certain cave system, a dragon burial ground. But it wasn't merely a place where old dragons came to die. I have a theory that once upon a time, a great battle took place in these caves, and many relics and artifacts were left behind. You're waging a long and difficult war. Help me uncover the secrets of the dragon burial ground, and I will give you all my savings. Believe me, I've earned a lot during my years of travel. All I need is for someone to clear the way down in the caves. Who knows what sort of demons inhabit the place now?
I'd like to know the details first. Exactly about the cave.
Of course you. I will answer any questions you may have.
Why do you want me to get personally involved? You could have just asked me to send an armed escort with you on this expedition.
Themius looks around. Don't think I'm trying to disparage them, but they are ordinary soldiers, after all. What if we discover treasure down below? Will they resist the allure of gold for the sake of science? Will they keep our expedition a secret, even if my competitors promise them huge sums of money? No. I'm sorry, but I will only rely on someone who is trusted by the Queen.
That's quite picky. And I mean, who says we are not looting everything we see? Where exactly did you get this map of the Dragon Burial Ground?
I bartered it from a ranger in exchange for an amulet. The ranger wasn't keen on going deeper into the Worldwound, and I doubt he even understood how valuable this map might be for science. I dare say he made a poor bargain.
Tell me more about your theory. What does it entail? What are you expecting to find?
I'm interested in dragon history from the days of Apsu and the creation of Dahak up to now. But dragons are reclusive creatures, and they don't enjoy discussing the history with strangers. Sure, we know about many historical conflicts involving dragons, but as far as for large-scale battles between dragons, they prefer to keep quiet about those, and thus we historians remain in the dark.
Who's Apsu? Apsu the Waybringer is one of the oldest and mightiest creatures in existence. According to draconic law, he and his mate Tiamat. Tiamat is also a dragon goddess in D&D. But the other important one is not Apsu, but Bahamut. Anyway, spawned the dragon gods who created the whole world. Apsu is the patron deity of all good and metallic dragons. He is similar to Bahamut. He remains a father figure to almost all dragons, whom he loves as his children. He is numbered among the divine creatures which fought in the battle to defend all of creation against Rovaguk. Unsurprisingly, most of Apsu's worshippers are metallic dragons. Few non-dragons take up his cause, although honorable humanoids with an interest in draconic lore have taken up his faith from time to time. They typically wear a golden dragon's foot brooch or have other custom-made equipment in the shape of a dragon's foot. Golarion lacks much of a centralized church of Apsu. The largest congregation of humanoid Apsu worshippers on Golarion is known as the Platinum Band, which maintains relatively small centers of worship in Opara and Absalom. So basically Bahamut, if you're more familiar with D&D as I am.
And then suddenly I find a map that identifies this cave system and the surrounding area as a dragon burial ground. But mass burial sites are so uncharacteristic of their kind. Dragons are reclusive by nature, both in life and in death. I assume an ancient battlefields await us there. But who fought whom, and for what cause? This is what we have to find out. Can you imagine? We could discover a brand new hitherto unknown page of history.
What do you hope to find in this burial ground?
I seek evidence that a raging battle was fought there, and perhaps also evidence of the reasons for such a conflicts. Dragons would not gather together for such a large battle over some petty, inconsequential feud. Oh no, they must have had a serious reason. And that, perhaps, is the biggest mystery of all dragonkind.
I like it, he seems so enthusiastic. And looks a bit dirty if you look at him. Thank you for your answers.
Now what is your decision?
I think that sounds quite interesting, so fine, I'll help you.
Splendid.
The Themer smiles, but the smile doesn't reach his observant grey eyes.
I shall immediately head to the cave entrance and await you there. I think I can handle this part of the journey, but as far for the dangers that await down below, I fear I know nothing about them.
Dragon Burial Ground has been revealed. More quests? Another Hell Knight. A familiar figure clad in black armor appears before you, ceremoniously offers a salute. Greetings, Knight Commander. Yeka and Kel from Paralictor the Ranger Squad at your service. I'm afraid it's becoming a habit, but once again, I bring dire news. Yeka shrugs apologetically. Yeka casts a nervous sideway glance at a superior officer. Paralictor, where you've been following the Knight Commander, much has happened at our outpost. Enough empty chatter, Knight. Give your report. Though Regill's tone remains as dispassionate as ever, his gaze has grown in intensity. He watches Yeka like a predatory beast prowling ever closer to its prey. Yeka snaps to attention and repeats a message she's clearly taken pains to memorize. Reporting to whom it may concern, a group of Hell Knights has vanished under suspicious circumstances. They were last seen on the road to the occupied city of Is. The Knights were escorting a group of cultists and carrying letters captured in a recent raid on an underground hideout. They disappeared after reporting their approach to our outpost, and the chapters quartered there failed to find any traces of the missing knights. The situation is highly abnormal. Such a large squad could have fallen in battle, but they could hardly have vanished into thin air without so much as a sign of struggle. Powerful demonic forces might be involved in their disappearance, thus we informed Dresden about the incident and plead for help in our investigation. Oh, Hell Knights plead for help. Tell me about the hideout. Where were the cultists captured? It was a secret hideout consisting of a large warehouse and several workshops, which produce equipment for cultist cells all over Mendev. We've been tracking down the cultists for a while, before finally locating and attacking them. Strangely, our intelligence reports had indicated that several powerful demons were always present inside the hideout, but our strike team only found mortals. We captured and escorted them to our outpost for questioning. What of this outpost where the knights were last seen? As I understand it, Paralictor Renf, Tai and Deothan informed you about the outpost during their visit to Dresden. While we finished its construction just a few days ago, it is already our largest staging ground in the eastern Worldwound. We have small, permanent garrison stationed there, and we use it as a resting area for the Hell Knights involved in various expeditions. Fine, I'll take care of it. Regill waves Yeka away. It sets his pale yellow eyes on you. We must visit the Hell Knight outpost as soon as we can. I suggest you treat this incident as seriously as possible. It might have unexpected consequences. Aru. There's an unusual spring in the succubus step today, and she has a mysterious smile on her lips that you can't recall seeing before. Oh, Desna, something truly miraculous happened to me. If only you knew. You're beaming with delight. Yes, I've never been so happy before. Aw, what happened? I used to, and now I am. No, wait, this doesn't feel right. Look, Arueshalae takes a few deep breaths, trying to calm down. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have barged in like that. We need to talk one-on-one. I'll be waiting for you at the tavern. Succubus runs off without giving you a chance to say another word. So many people visiting. Ramian. What good fortune, Commander. The golden-curled Aasimar greets you with an elegant bow. I knew that fate would bring us together again, and the timing could not have been better. You see, after the untimely death of old Horun, may his soul find its well-deserved rest, the Queen named me the new Prelate of Kenabres, and she recently tasked me with bringing reinforcement to Dresden, a complement of excellent fighters who are ready to do their fair share to rid the world of demons. Even though it's sad that Horun had to die, I think that Ramian is now the new Prelate is such an improvement. I've also brought the Wardstone with me. I think the best place for now is in your hands. Interesting. The Wardstone is not in Kenabres anymore. What was that? What word? How are things in Kenabres? Quite uncheerful, I'm afraid. Rebuilding work is happening apace, but most of the city still lies in ruins. Only a handful of the population have remained in the city. It has turned from a thriving hub into a military garrison. But I still hold out hope that one day that unfortunate city will finally enjoy the peaceful life it has so long deserved. The Wardstone. What am I supposed to do with it here? Your living legend, the hope of all humanity. You have liberated demons, win back long-lost territories. You're sure to close the Worldwound any day now. Why else should the Wardstone be, if not in your hands? Does Queen Gavrain know that you took the Wardstone to Dresden with you? Naturally, it was her idea in effect. You really think I'll decide to remove a precious relic from the city on my own say-so? Ramian smiles, raising one eyebrow. If anyone would do that, it would be you. But interesting that the Queen also agreed to taking the protection away from Kenabres. Especially because, I mean, here we are kind of protected from the Sword of Valor, right? How exactly did you manage to bring the Wardstone here? It's a huge obelisk. It must be weighing tons. Prelate smiles. When miraculous, the gods do work for those who are true to them. Queen Gavrain may her reign continue for centuries hence, shared with us a prayer that Iomedae's herald himself used when building the barrier. The prayer makes the stone as weightless as a cloud. It rose into the air and floated along behind us. Our march from Kenabres to Dresden became a rather merry procession. We played music and sang the herald's prayer day and night. This benighted land has not seen such gaiety in many a year. So, are you returning to Kenabres now? Not a chance. Kenabres is insufferably dull these days. Noisy and dusty building work, marching soldiers, light-fingered suppliers. No. I shall remain here when the history is being made, where dreams of freedom from the demon's yokes are the last coming true. Also, I guess he is the prelate, but not anymore. Thank you for the reinforcements. Until next time. I understand you're busy. Find me if you'd like to speak again. I'll be around. Ah, so many conversations. Seelah seems to be in a good mood. She smiles at you and then scratches the back of her head, as if suddenly realizing something. I probably shouldn't have come to you officially, like to an audience, but this is the only way to catch you these days. I wanted to ask, would you like to go shopping with me? What? It's probably not right to distract the Knight Commander of such trifles, but I thought I should drag you out for a walk. We haven't enjoyed a moment's peace since we met. We've either been saving Kenabres or marching on Dresden. Besides, I desperately need advice. I'm going to buy a present, and I know nothing about fancy jewelry. Who exactly are you buying the present for? For Alan and his bride. After that story at the camp, when Curl stole the ring from us and summoned the demons, Alan and I both overreacted and said some things we shouldn't have. He apologized to me. Ah, glad he did that. But I haven't really apologized to him. I wanted to... Why does she want to apologize for him? I don't get that. I want to buy a ring to replace the one that was stolen. And there's a new jewelry shop in Dresden. It's owned by Sunhammer, the same jeweler who made the first ring. You know, that sounds like a great idea. I'd love to stretch my legs for a bit. Great! Well, then I meet you at the jewelry shop. It's in the east of the city. Never-ending audience. Arabeth looks a little puzzled, but salutes you as protocol demands. Commander, You have a letter from Mendef. It was sent via the Church of Iomedae by a trusted courier from the Nerosian archives. It is sealed and signed by the Inquisitor Lorcher, and I was asked to deliver it to you personally. So, that's what I'm doing. Aruvev hands you a sealed scroll. Why exactly do you look so puzzled? I know Inquisitor Lorcher very well. His nickname is Hawkblade for a reason. He works in the field. He does not deal with paperwork. I was wondering what he was doing in Nerosian in the archives of all places. The most dangerous things the Inquisition can catch there are rats, not witches or cultists. On second thought, I don't want to know. I'm better off staying out of the Inquisition's business. I think everyone is. Thank you, Aruvev. I think you can leave now. The Paladin salutes you again and leaves. Nistra. Do we know you? Hail, Knight Commander! A young woman in knight's armor doesn't walk so much as burst into the hall, striding up to you and dropping gracefully to one knee. Nistra Flamefinger, at your service. Her Majesty's Queen Galfrey has done me the honor of naming me the new leader of the Order of the Flaming Lance. From this moment on, I and the Order are at your disposal. What exactly does your order do? Most Crusaders' orders rely on a bastion of steel and blessing from above. We reject neither, but our primary weapon is magic. Mystic spellcasters and researchers of the supernatural gather under our banner. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, we know what happened to the last leader. He died in the Blackwing Library. Welcome to Dresden. Thank you, Commander. I hope we will soon have a chance to prove what we are capable of. And there's one other matter. Our former leader, Mia the Scholar, is missing. She was last seen leaving Kenabres shortly before the demons attacked. Officially, she's a missing person. Many people think her dead. But if you ask me, they say that Sister Mia willingly absented herself for the sake of the latest personal research project. She has always placed her own academic interest above the needs of the Order. She holds out a leaflet to you. A portrait of a stern-looking half-elf woman printed on grey paper. Might that be the one we found near Wintersun? That's what she looks like. If you find her alive or dead, the Order would be grateful for the chance to pay their last respects, or to put her on trial for desertion. Desertion. Desertion is something different. It's not immediately apparent, but you recognize the face and the picture. It is the mad woman that you saw by the petrified tree near Wintersun. Yes! Nice! Thank you for the information. You may go. I will look into that. Yes, sir. Nistra salutes you and sweeps out of the chamber. You have so many open quests. Doglinda Stranglehold. Hail! Doglinda Stranglehold salutes you with a bad hand. Amidst this critical shortage of supplies, a number of soldiers who call themselves the Fellows of the Crusade has set up a black market in the army. They see everything that's not nailed down, trade medicine for swords, and spell scrolls for tobacco and rations. They know better than to ask for anything from command, so they take care of themselves. And if someone's not happy with the trade, out come the knives. I don't know how to deal with it except by alleviating the shortage of essential supplies. We should press Mendef for more deliveries, and we need to sort out our storage. Build some decent warehouse right now. It's a thief's paradise. Ooh, an underground market, huh? What's so bad about that? Let trade things, let's authorize it. Then there won't be a black market, just a normal legend market. There are no crimes if there are no laws. Thanks, Woljif. If someone is in need of something, we are the ones who must provide it. We should ask the priests of many different gods. They have wealth and influence. Maybe they can help. You thought I was joking when I said our soldiers would soon need our experience of surviving in the caves. Well, here we are. This is the day. Time to live off the land. I teach your fighters how to survive on barren rocks. There won't be any needs for a black market. Just say, I think Lann's approach sounds like the best. Helping them to help themselves. Let's just have a small look. Let's take it. It's time for our fighters to learn how to provide for themselves. It's high time, I say. We assign gathering teams, sort the findings. We'll be alright. Thank you for making the call, Commander. I report all further developments directly to you. If we run into anything else that requires your attention, I will immediately convene the council. Ah, another council meeting. Commander, we've managed to defeat Karamazadov's host. The remnants of his army have retreated to lick their wounds, but we must use this opportunity to go on the offensive. But right now, our army is not fully prepared to begin such an expansion. The farther we advance into the enemy territory, the more we'll need strong and mobile cavalry. I propose we replenish our forces with light cavalrymen. Mendef could offer us plenty. There are many lone paladins on Golarion like me who travel and help the needy. Shall we call them to our aid? Cavalry is such a crucial element of the army, one that's difficult to replace. Mendevian knights often sacrifice their defense in favor of offensive power, and it is time to put an end to this wastefulness. All riders must be encased in heavy cuirassier armor, so as to avoid unnecessary losses. In my long and productive life, I've taken assignments involving knights, nomads, and other targets who enjoy prancing about on horses. And let me tell you, the hardest of those targets were hedge knights. They are true dogs of war. We don't have a homeland, but what they do have is experience and a sharp blade. If you need cavalry, I say they're your guys. Cavalry. Now they are always a serious threat on the battlefield, and not just riders on horseback. The fiercest fighters out of all are the cavalry I've ever seen are the wolf riders from the Verdurant forest. Maybe we could try to recruit them. Yeah, I thought so that it would replace our mounted scouts. So let's have a look what they do. Want someone with... I usually like those ones, the glass cannon ones. Yeah, the cuirassiers have lots of HP, but I think it just stretches the battle. I want short and fast and powerful knights. I think so far the paladins are the most glass cannon-like. Yeah. So let's take them. I haven't let you down, and they won't either. With that, this meeting of the Military Council is adjourned. I will brief the officers on the expected reinforcements immediately and see to it that our available stables are expanded and properly refitted. Finally, some rest. So let's rest.
Do you know what I like, old Reggie? You know that all the talk about the Crusades and good deeds and true friendship ain't worth nothing. You don't try to deceive anyone. You're a rock, Grandpa Reggie, unshakable. You have my respect.
Take your hands off my coin pouch and keep them where I can see them.
Nice. I love the interactions. Alrighty, we just got like 10,000 new quests. Doesn't make it easier, I hope. It sounded like we had a time limit, right? Anyway, let's manage some Crusade affairs. I think my beard is too long. It tickles on my nose. Alright. The truth about Kael'thas. We can hide it. We can also write a letter. Yeah, we're gonna do that. But I think it's important that it gets to light. Because at least I would hope that in the long run it would help for Drow to be something seen as just inevitably evil. See that, yeah, they were elves, they are still humanoid, and if there's a way for an elf to become a drow, maybe it's the other way around as well, or even a drow can be a good person. The elf's Kael'thas' last wish was that their friends Akionin learned of her story. The commander is the only one who can recount its every detail. So let's do that. Alright. That was fast. Quick management. So many people around. Alright. What to do? So much to do. I mean, I guess we did that now. Heart of Mystery we can do in a later chapter. Something else that belonged to Tyrendelev. So I think we should talk with the storyteller. Because we found something, but we have to show it to him. Why is it black for so long? Okay, it's just loading.